Wdage is one of the best in the world. All his accolades say champion.
I've generally played Pokemon all my life. My brother got me into it. But in terms of Pokemon Go, I played when it first released like everyone else. Then I stopped playing it. And over COVID, there was nothing to do. I'd go run on my bike all day and just catch Pokemon. And then I got into PvP. I just got progressively better. If I was a Pokemon, I would be, I think, poison typing. I think I'm a bit toxic. When I got 5th at the very first Baltimore, it was right after they got rid of the seniors division, so I got to play with the Masters players, and that was very cool getting 5th. For Baltimore, the last finals appearance I had was the previous first regional in Pittsburgh. I quit the game for 8 months after Knoxville. I wasn't doing well, so I quit, and I came back.
Wdage is maybe like a bear that has been hibernating for the past season. He's only been getting stronger. He has all the nutrition and nourishment he needs.
The new metas always excite me. Like, taking a break is always good for you. Like, you'll feel better, reset, come back, something new, something fresh, and go from there. I didn't have a lot of the new Pokemon that you would use, so I used a lot of stuff I was comfortable with and the Pokemon I enjoyed playing. And then I looked for a couple Pokemon that were very good in the new meta, which brought me to Chestnut and Cresselia. I normally go on the stream with the expectation that I'm gonna win, or I have some sort of expectation going into it. And going to Elite, I thought I was gonna lose. I thought the matchup was bad. Now I did lose in winners finals. My hardest matchup was 100% Elite. He is a very strong player. I don't think I ever knew I was gonna win grand finals. Like, going down 0-2, I kind of just accepted I was gonna lose. I locked up my teams in within 15 seconds. I was just kind of playing. If I lost, I lost. That was still better than I could ask for after quitting.
Wdage coming in, sludge bombing the Mandibus. He is your Baltimore Regional Champion.
I was like really happy. I felt very good to win after quitting the game for a few months. I came back and won, so that was very surprising to me.
Wdage absolutely back.
Because I won Baltimore, I'm qualified for Worlds. Senior Worlds, I got 3rd there, and I got 3rd at Master Worlds. So I have the experience on the world stage. I think Out of Pocket would make the best match for me. We have so much history with each other, and in my opinion, he's the best player on the tour right now. The old versus the new. I think that'd be very exciting. Seeing ItsAXN winning Worlds was a very beautiful moment. Like, losing to him, that was one of the only losses I've had that I haven't been just completely frustrated after. He's just such a talented player. Winning Worlds at this point would be kind of everything. I might just hang up the towel from there. I don't know how many more chances I'll have. The thing that keeps me from another tournaments is my friends. The race of winning, money, it's all nice, but it's really just, if I didn't come with my friends, I wouldn't go at all.
For Lyle Jeffs, this is going to be his 4th grand finals. It would actually be his 3rd regional title.
My name is Lyle Jeffs, and I am from Toronto, Canada. My starter Pokemon is Oshawott. I really like the evolution Samurott. I first got into competitive Pokemon playing TCG online. From that, I started playing Pokemon Go, and my brother, Blavene, got me into playing PvP, and from there, it's just been kind of snowballing. My earliest memory is probably the 2022 Vancouver Regional. That was sort of like the start of my career, and it was just really fun meeting everyone and being part of that competitive atmosphere. I think what I didn't know at the time was how to deal with the nerves of the in-person tournaments. It did take me a couple seasons to sort of get my groove. It really is a grind when you're here. It's not like you're just sitting at home battling on your couch. You're sitting right across from your opponents. You both want to win just as badly. Having the mental strength to fight through adversity is something that I've learned from attending these tournaments. It's tough balancing work and a real life with being a professional Pokemon trainer. Overall, I think I'm still doing pretty well considering. Mainly it's the community and my friends that keep me coming to these tournaments and the success that I've had. I'm a very competitive person. It's fun. I like tapping my phone. My biggest MVP on my team was the Shadow Kanto Marowak with that Mud Slap fast move. If the trainers aren't ready for it, they might be in trouble. I played one of my locals, 610 Hero, day 1, and that set was incredibly close. I was very lucky to come away with the win. I lost the first set of best of 5 against Arrow, and he reset the bracket. I was actually pretty worried that I wasn't going to be able to pull it off because his team was quite tricky for me to deal with. It took a lot of strength and a few lucky and smart plays by me to flip that after game 1. in the bracket reset when I made the Aquatail catch on my 1 HP Dugong. Crowd erupted. From that point on, I knew there was no way I was going to lose.
He is your 2025 Louisville Regional Champion.
Right now, I feel absolutely amazing. This tournament was just incredibly stacked. There were so many amazing trainers that I battled. This just feels like a continuation of my success on the Play Pokemon circuit. My #1 goal this season is to place well at an international or worlds. I finished tied for 5th, I believe, at 2023 NAIC, so it would be nice to get a real trophy rather than a medal. I know that I can win worlds. It just comes down to execution on that weekend. Winning worlds would mean everything to me. I would probably just retire. I am a 3-time regional champion. I believe that I can win any battle. If they're up against me, they need to be careful.
My name's Sean Plowski. I'm from Wildwood, Missouri. Well, I started playing Pokemon Go from basically the very beginning. Took a little bit of a break and came back to it, and that's when PvP came out. I was using stuff like Lucario and Metagross and Ultra League, which is typically not what you would see. Those are a couple of my favorite Pokemon. I feel like I've been honing my skills as the years go on, and now I'm here. My first tournament was in Peoria last year. I was just happy to be there. My last tournament in Louisville, it didn't go exactly how I wanted it to. So for me this time, there was a little bit more of an expectation that I wanted to do well. I really just wanted to do it for me. I think I do it because it's still fun for me. I don't know if I'd still be competing if I didn't make all the relationships that I've had. You know, they have a lot of experience playing the game, so just bouncing ideas off of people like them, it's really helpful. A C team that I might like, I changed like 1 or 2 things about it. I know how to use the stuff I'm gonna bring, and I'm not just like going in with a big question mark before the tourney. I've always been a person that's tried to use more flexible Pokemon. I don't really try to go for like RPS per se. Being able to adapt to any situation, it's how you gotta go. You're gonna lose eventually. Like, there's a lot of good players out there, and there's gonna be some tough matchups. I'm a very competitive person, so I think the biggest thing for me is just trying to not get too down after like 1 loss. Game 2 of Winners Finals, I wasn't sure if my Aerial Ace on Jump Bluff would knock out of pockets Azumarill. I think I said out loud, I don't think this KOs. And it did. I was just shocked. And I feel like that gave me such a rush to go on and compete for the rest of the tournament. I felt very comfortable after that. I know out of pocket pretty well. Played him in like 3 different regionals now. So we're pretty familiar with each other, and I know he's a really good player. The Winners Finals and the Grand Finals, I think he won Game 3 in both of those. So I don't want to leave any window of opportunity where he can come back from that.
Absolute fireworks on stage.
SJ is your Sacramento 2025 Regional Champion.
I mean, this was really the goal. I just wanted to qualify for Worlds, and winning Sacramento did that for me. Feel good to win a regional. I don't think the feeling will ever not feel good. By the end of it, I'm a little mentally spent, but I'm just really happy I was able to get it done. Last time for Worlds, I didn't really like my team, so for this go around, I would like to, spend a little bit more time on it and find a team that fits my play style again. Wdage, I don't think I've gotten the opportunity to play him head on in a while, maybe ever. He took a break, came back, and won the first regional of the season, so I would like to play him. I would love to win the World Championship, but there's a lot that can happen in this game, so you just kind of have to take things 1 step at a time. It would mean a lot. I don't even know what that could possibly feel like. My name kind of speaks for itself in terms of like factions and grassroots formats. I feel pretty solidified at this point, and now it's just a matter of going and do it at Worlds.
My name is Ilam Rojas, and I'm from Costa Rica. If I were a Pokemon, I think I would be Steel type because it's the best defensive typing. I started with grassroots tournaments and meeting up with some of my friends. That was back in 2019. I just kept playing Go Battle League, a lot of tournaments, grassroots. So my first ever tournament was NAIC 2022, but I was very stressed at the time, couldn't really find the team. Baltimore 2022, I found the team, I managed to prep with it, and I did really well. I ended up getting second place to my friend House Stark. My next finals was in Hartford, 2023, and that was against a friend of mine, Wdage, which at the time he hadn't won his regional either. I've learned a lot after being on stream so many times. The first time that I competed on stream, I noticed that I got really tired as the day went by. I'm so used to it that I found a way to stay locked in, if that makes any sense.
We're about to get locked into these grand finals.
I used to think that there was a very clear skill ceiling. The more I play, I notice that that's not as clear as it used to be for me. You definitely need to put a lot of time and practice into it to be at the top. For this tournament, my team was a very similar team to what I brought in both LAIC and Louisville. I changed a couple picks with the new season. I added Annihilate and Corsola. I felt like they worked better in the current meta. My most difficult matchup has to be the finals against Septali. He beat me on the winners finals, and then I came back. I don't even know what happened in those games. I was just locked in. He had a very difficult team comp. His Shadow for Alligator was very strong against my team, and he knew that. He played fantastically. I just had to find ways around it. I didn't think I was going to win until like literally the end. It was just way too close.
And Ilqm claims his prize. He will be the Toronto Regional Grand Champion.
I'm feeling out of this world. It's been a long time, many tries, a lot of practice. I just feel fantastic right now. If I didn't win this regional, I would need to take a long break. I love competing. I'm a very competitive person. I know how good I am at the game, but my friends, meeting them at the events, hanging out with them, that's most of the reason why I keep going to these regionals. For this season, my initial goal was, of course, winning a regional. Now that I'm qualified for Worlds, I guess I need to win an IC. Other players should consider me a threat because I'm on the top of my game. I'm just a very well-rounded player. If I ever were to win Worlds, I would probably seriously consider retiring.
If you leave the door cracked open, Elite is gonna kick it wide open.
My name is Elite, and I'm from Napa, California. If I was a Pokemon type, I'd be a fire type. I like the spirit of a fire type. It started with GBL, the Go Battle League. I was playing it like the max battles that I could every day. And then eventually it evolved into like Cho 6 formats, like grassroots tournaments. And I was getting better and better, and then I was eventually getting on like the leaderboards. And then Pokemon Go came to the competitive circuit. I will never forget it, the first time I went to a tournament. There were so many people that I knew online, but I never met them before. I think something I learned about myself, I learned to become like more humble, because when I used to like lose at anything, I would let it like control me. But I've learned over time to like handle it and accept either defeat or victory. My strategy for San Antonio was a little bit funny. It hit midnight, the Saturday of the actual tournament, and there was a rocket balloon. It was with Cliff, and he had the Shadow Kanto Marowak. So I caught it, I instantly powered it up, added a second move, and like came up with a team for it during the night. There was both a Pokemon and a player that I was concerned about, and this player had that Pokemon. That player was out of pocket, and he had the Galarian Corsola. I was going through the loser's bracket the whole day. I've done it before, where I start in the loser's bracket and then win. I felt like confident enough. In Baltimore, my opponent was Wdage, who's an incredible battler. I was one game away from winning the first set of the grand finals and then the second set of grand finals as well. So just getting that close. I felt like my mindset was very similar to San Antonio when I played Rise. I had like a little bit more confidence like in myself. This time, I felt like I had like a bit more of a drive to like really want to win. I was just overthinking like the whole match, like every single possible thing that could happen. When I saw Rise on the other side, like just put down his headset, already the emotion started to come through.
Elite, your 2025 San Antonio Regional Champion.
I feel incredible. I did not think I was gonna win. Winning San Antonio qualified me for World Championships. World is right by where I live, so I'm very excited for it. I think winning Worlds would honestly be like a accumulation of all the work that I've put into Pokemon, and also outside of Pokemon, everything just like coming together like into winning the World Championship. No matter how many achievements you have, anyone should be considered like a threat, and I feel like I'm one of those threats as well.
Rise to occasion on the hunt.
He has been on an absolute heater, and he seems to be unstoppable right now.
My name is Chris Risner. I'm originally from Wisconsin, but now I live in Dallas, Texas. I first got into competitive Pokemon in about 2020 when the pandemic had just started and I had some more time on my hands. When I found out that you could go to local tournaments and play against other trainers, that was really appealing to me. I was kind of the new guy that was just showing up and people didn't really know me, but I started to improve really quickly, and within about a year I was already winning some grassroots tournaments and had this quick sort of rise, if you will, in the circuit. It's just a game, right? But it really is like a microcosm for life, and I feel like every time I've gotten knocked down or have had embarrassing moments on stage where I just completely throw a game, I've always come back stronger. I took a little bit of a break, and it was good for me, I think, because watching these other tournaments play out, like EUIC that I didn't go to, you get that hunger back. My mindset coming to this tournament was just take it one game at a time and be deliberate with the lines that I was bringing, and I just didn't want to rush. I wanted to make sure I was taking my time, thinking my lines through. I was bringing a unique team that could maybe catch some people off guard with some picks they weren't expecting, like the Shadow Steelix and the Golisopod. The MVP of my team this weekend had to be the Golisopod. I was annoying people at the venue trying to trade for a Golisopod. There were some games where not only did it take out the lead Pokemon, but then it landed a move on the next Pokemon as well and just immediately put me in a great position. This time I lost right away on day 2, and I was able to keep climbing all the way through the loser's bracket. So this is probably the best loser's bracket run I've had. I fell just short in my last tournament. I was right there, one game away, maybe even one play away. So to come back from that and come back stronger is something I'm really proud of.
Rise to occasion is your 2025 Vancouver Regional Pokemon GO Champion. He has won a regional in 4 consecutive seasons.
Now that I'm automatically qualified for the World Championship, it definitely takes a little bit of pressure off to have some more fun with it. Some of my favorite moments from the past World Championships have just been seeing my friends succeed at the highest level. ItsAXN winning the World Championship in Japan. To see him go all the way and be on the front page of a Japanese newspaper was amazing. In terms of my goals playing competitive Pokemon, I do want to try to go for the LAIC Travel Award to go back to Brazil. I think I've really learned that I just enjoy the process of putting the time in and practicing and doing my best to execute versus focusing more on the outcomes. Am I going to win Worlds this year? We'll see about that.
ItsAXN says, I'm back here in Portland.
My name is Peyton Bingham, and I am from Logan, Utah. I first got into competitive Pokemon back when there was the whole pandemic, and thankfully I saw that Play Pokemon was adding Pokemon Go to the circuit, and I thought, you know, I might as well go somewhere. I've been locked indoors so long, might as well give something a try. And because of that, I was able to put myself out there, go to the Indianapolis Regional Championship. It was the first ever one in North America for Pokemon Go. And then I ended up going to NAIC that same year because of how much fun it was the first time, and I ended up winning the North American International Championship in 2022. Earlier in this season, when I was kind of in the low, when I just went off to EUIC and went 1 and 2, traveling all the way across the seas just to come up really short, that was definitely a low for me in this season. But I had really good friends around me, people like Dunebug, my family as well, that were able to just convince me to keep on going. And fortunately, finally, at the very end, at the last second of this season here, I was able to win the final regional. I think that all the prep that I put into this regional and making sure that I didn't take anything for granted. Every single match, you play it one at a time. Ever since I won the World Championship, I've wanted to win something else, and I finally was able to do it.
ItsAXN is inevitable. Your champion returns to the stage here in Portland and wins it all.
The team that I ended up bringing here, I think, was one of the better medicals I've had recently. I brought Tinkaton, a new addition to the game, one of the best core breakers out there. Diggersby as well, just such a bulky monster. Lapras, it's hard to go wrong with that thing. Shadow Jumpluff as well has been proven time and time again to be one of the best Pokemon in the game. I think that the biggest pick that I brought, though, was Blastoise. This pick is something that not a lot of people saw coming. There were some matchups that I played, people didn't have a single answer for it. It was a Pokemon that really just stuck out to me when I was doing some playtesting. And because of its ability to tank charge moves a little bit better than other Pokemon in the meta, and it's so spammy, it has great rock type coverage and normal type coverage, it just felt like it was the right pick, and it definitely was.
ItsAXN does it again, and he does it in style, in fashion, with his shiny, best buddy, Blastoise.
When I won Worlds in 2023, it was something that wasn't even on my radar. It was always a dream of mine, always a goal, but being able to actually do it was just the dream come true. If I could ever win another World Championship, I don't even know what that would feel like. At this point, it's uncharted territory for Pokemon Go to have a 2-time world champion of any kind, so being able to trailblaze new ground, I think that would be breathtaking.